Tonight, one of these game show geniuses will defend their honor and protect a huge cash prize. Can these three strangers stay a step ahead and take it to the bank? The chase is on.
Welcome to The Chase. I'm Sarah Haynes. Usually 3 heads are better than 1, but if those 3 heads are battling one of the biggest brains ever, it's a toss-up. These players just met. Now, can they outrun a legend? Let's meet them. Say hello to John, Jenny, and Shane. Welcome. Now, the way this works is 1 by 1, each contestant will play the cash builder to earn money for their team. Then they take that money and they have to go against the chaser one-on-one in order to bank it. The players who succeed will team up in the final chase. And if they can outrun the chaser one more time, they're gonna leave here with a lot of money. But it is the chaser's job to catch you. So which chaser will they be playing against tonight? This is the smartest quizzer on the globe, and she has no intention of giving up her title or crown. Fear Her Majesty. It's the Queen. Victoria Gross. How are you this evening?
Well, I'm doing very well. I apologize for the lack of bow tie.
I know, I feel like all of us are underdressed here. How are you feeling tonight? Are you ready to play this team?
Absolutely. They look like it's going to be a lovely evening.
Oh, wow, the gloves are coming off. She's ready. Now, as always, the chasers and the other bow ties in our group are in the lounge, keeping a close eye on the action. We can say hi to them now.
Hey,
Hi, Sarah.
Hi. Are you guys jealous about the bow tie out here?
Mine's better.
So there's that. Okay, so John, you are up first. Come play the cash builder. John, tell me a little about yourself.
I'm a substitute teacher. I speak fluent Japanese.
And you were once robbed by a monkey.
So I was in Japan hiking with some friends, and this monkey came down our path and came up to us and charged at me, climbed up my jeans, and he reached in my pocket. I had a bag of chips in my pocket. He scampered off into the woods, and then he sat there eating the chips and taunting me.
Was he cute?
So cute.
That's awesome. Are you ready to play the cash builder?
I'm ready.
Okay, we're gonna put a minute on the clock. For each correct answer, it's $10,000. Good luck. Your time starts now. A London museum displays the couch famously used by what psychoanalyst?
Freud.
Correct. The heavy disc attached to a car engine's crankshaft is called a what?
Pass.
Flywheel. What did Reverb.com say was 2021's highest-selling electric guitar brand?
Fender.
Correct. Boxing legend George Foreman has 5 sons, all named what?
George.
Correct. Used by roughly 68% of its population, Line is a social media platform based in what country?
India.
Japan. The tympanic membrane is better known as what part of the body?
Eardrum.
Correct. In 2021, director Bong Joon-ho urged movie fans to overcome what 1-inch tall barrier?
Pass.
Subtitles. What is the only Ivy League school that was founded after 1776?
Dartmouth.
Cornell. Located in Rhode Island, the Breakers was the 70-room summer home for what family?
Vanderbilt.
Correct. Foreshadowing his future, what U.S. president once broke into his dean's office at law school?
Nixon.
Correct. Are you sleeping at the... Time's up. Woo! John, that was really great. That was 6 correct answers, which is $60,000. But you can't cash out just yet. It is now time to face the chaser.
Oh, I thought that was very solid.
I think I'm gonna start yelling my answers now. I'm gonna take the high offer.
Queen, what did you think of that cash builder?
It's very good and very intense.
Okay, so we're gonna put that $60,000 up on the board. What would you do if you won money here today?
Well, I really like playing craps, so I would buy a Vegas casino-length craps table and put it in my living room.
That's what you want to do?
Yeah.
I like that. Okay. Well, I'm going to ask you and the chaser the same multiple choice question. You'll lock in your answers. Each correct answer, you're going to move that money closer to the bank. But the chaser, each time she gets it right, she will also be coming down that board with you. If she catches you before you're able to get to the bank, unfortunately, we say goodbye to that money and to you. So you can play for what you earned, that $60,000, and start 5 steps away from the bank, and the chaser is 3 steps behind you. Or you can play it a little safer, take 1 step closer to the bank, and the queen will make a lower offer of?
$15,000.
$15,000, okay. Now with that offer, you're only gonna need 4 correct answers, and she's gonna be 4 steps behind you. But if you wanna face off for a little more and go big, our queen will make a higher offer of?
A crap ton of money, $150,000.
She is right, that is a crap ton of money, $150,000. But with that offer, you will be 6 steps away from the bank, and she will be only 2 steps behind you. So I know this is a lot of money on that board.
Okay, they're all tempting,
Come on.
but I'm gonna go for the 60,000.
Okay, $60,000.
Once again, going a mile to get 2 feet.
Victoria, what do you think of that?
Probably mathematically the worst of the 3 options, but let's do this.
Okay, well, John, for $60,000, the chase is on. Get ready to lock in your answers. Here's your first question. We call it Shark Tank in the US, but in the UK and Canada, the business reality show is called what? Top Dog, Dragon's Den, or Cash Cows? Chaser locked in. John locked in as well. John, you chose Dragon's Den.
Yeah, the UK is long associated with dragons. St. George slew the dragon and all that jazz, so that's where I'm going.
Okay. Is the correct answer Dragon's Den? Great job. Yeah. So you are moving down this board 1 step, bringing that $60,000 down. Now, did the queen know this?
I like how you put your glasses on right before that, so you go from like Superman to Clark Kent. Anyhow, I did know this one, Dragon's Den, absolutely.
Okay, so our chaser is coming 1 step down the board as well. Here's your next question. Seriously, what the hell is yeast? Is it a microscopic mold, a single-celled fungus, or a spiral-shaped bacteria? Chaser locked in. John, you locked in as well. You went with a single-celled fungus. Are you familiar with yeast?
No, I like beer. And,
Well, there's that.
That's the extent of my familiarity with yeast, so.
Okay. Is the correct answer a single-celled fungus? Woo! Okay, so we are moving that $60,000 1 more step down the board, only 3 steps away from banking that money. Did you know this one?
The one in your beer is called Saccharomyces cerevisiae. I knew it was a single-celled fungus.
Wow, and it rolls right off the tongue.
Show off.
So our chaser's also coming 1 step down the board. Your next question. What song was used by German scientist Karl-Heinz Brandenburg when developing the MP3? Was it Tom's Diner, Man-Eater, or 99 Red Balloons? Chaser locked in. John locked in. John, you went with Tom's Diner.
I went with Tom's Diner because I know that song had global appeal and it was just so catchy.
So is 99 Red Balloons.
True.
Well, Man-Eater as well. Okay. Is the correct answer Tom's Diner? Yes.
He was hand Vega for the win!
Okay. We're gonna move
on,
this money
baby.
1 more step down the board, only 2 correct answers away from banking that money. Did you know this one?
Amazingly, it's possible to get it from ways other than guessing. Yes, I did know this
You
one.
did know this one. Okay, 1 more step down the board. Here's your next question. In the physics equation relating to black holes that is etched on the gravestone of Stephen Hawking, T stands for what? Temperature, time, or tilt? You both locked in quickly. John, you went with time.
A Brief History of Time is his most famous work, so it stood to reason to me that time would be mentioned on his headstone.
You sold me on that. Is the correct answer time? No. So we're not moving the money just yet, but did our chaser know this one?
So I also thought about the Brief History of Time thing, and then I remembered that in other physics equations, T does stand for temperature, so that's the way I went.
So the queen found her way to the right answer on that one, and she will be coming one step down the board. That puts her only 2 steps behind you, but you are only 2 steps away from the bank. Here's your next question. Which of these professionals would most likely engage in root stamping? A cosmetologist, a dentist, or a vintner? You both locked in really quickly. John, you went with a cosmetologist.
Yeah, I was thinking a dentist at first, but then that sounded really painful to stamp the roots of someone's teeth. And
Yeah.
obviously, people have roots in their hair, so I thought maybe root stamping was some sort of stamping dye onto the roots of the hair.
Okay. Is the correct answer a cosmetologist? Yes! John, $60,000, 1 step down the board and only 1 step away from banking that for your team and moving on to the final chase. Did you know this one, Victoria?
Hair roots, teeth roots, the roots of grapevines. I ended up going with vintner.
Okay, okay. So our chaser's not moving right now, which gives us a little room to breathe. Here's your next question. Mark your calendars. In a little over 200 years, Riverside, Iowa claims it will be the birthplace of what sci-fi character? Luke Skywalker, Captain Kirk, or the Terminator? Chaser locked in, John locked in. John, you went with Captain Kirk.
James Tiberius Kirk is from Iowa. I'm pretty sure Luke Skywalker was born on Tatooine, and the Terminator is born, well, he's not born, he was created somewhere in the future. So I feel pretty good about Captain Kirk.
I love when on the last question before the bank, you feel the most confident you've felt in this whole board.
Watch me be wrong, yeah.
Is the correct answer Captain Kirk? John, you did it! $60,000 in the bank, and you get to go on to the final chase. Congratulations. You can go celebrate with your team. Victoria, did you know that one?
Sarah, I would never want to disappoint you by missing an Iowa question. I assure you I was all over it.
You guys are too good to me. Okay, coming up, will this tour guide give the queen a run for her royal money? Next on The Chase. Welcome back to The Chase. John banked $60,000 for the team, and now it's Jenny's turn to come play the Cash Builder. Hi, Jenny.
Hi, Sarah.
Tell me a little bit about yourself.
I'm from New York City. I live in Times Square. I am a tour guide. I walk around New York City and we eat artisanal donuts while I talk New York history.
I love that you're from the city and you chose to live in Times Square.
I know, even New Yorkers are surprised.
She lives in Times Square? The only people who live in Times Square are the people in the Elmo suits.
And you enjoy quizzing?
From my couch a lot, yeah.
Well, it is your turn to play the Cash Builder.
Got it.
We're gonna put 1 minute on the clock. Good luck.
Thank you.
Your time starts now. URLs beginning with gf.me point to what fundraising website?
Pass.
GoFundMe. What pepper's name is derived from the Spanish for mountain?
Montaña.
Serrano. A chess player often needs to have at least a 2,500 rating to be eligible for what title?
Chessmaster.
Grandmaster. In 1974, what Soviet ballet dancer defected while on tour in Toronto?
Baryshnikov.
Correct. Due to its healing properties, what fruit did ancient Romans treat as a status symbol?
Pear.
Lemons. In 2021, Mindy Kaling debuted her TV series, The Sex Lives of Who?
Cats.
College Girls. Born Chris Comstock, what DJ famously wears a helmet shaped like a white puffy treat?
Pass.
Marshmallow. Present in expectant mothers, what hormone is what pregnancy tests are designed to detect?
Growth hormone.
HCG. What is the only New York... Time's up!
Ooh.
Okay, Jenny, that was one correct answer, which is $10,000.
I think Jenny's confidence is a little shook here, but there's no reason to go for the middle offer here. She might as well take the big money if there's a lot offered.
Although I think we will get to see how low a high offer can be.
Right.
That yet, because it is time to face the chaser. Okay, Victoria, what did you think of that Cash Builder?
It was not your best.
Nope.
Yeah.
Put it behind you.
So we're gonna put that $10,000 up on the board. Now, what would you do if you won money here today?
Well, my big birthday happened during the COVID, and this girl has turned golden, and I need to have a big party.
5-0?
Yeah.
Oh, you make it look so good.
Oh, that's because Latin's like satin.
Okay, you made $10,000 in the cash builder. Now, you can play for that, and you're gonna be 5 steps away from the bank. Or you can take 1 step closer to the bank, and the chaser will make a lower offer of...
They say 50 is the new 40, so 40.
Oh, no.
Avert your eyes, Ginny.
Yeah.
Hell no, okay?
I like Sarah.
But if you were to play for that, it would only be 4 steps away from the bank. If you are feeling frisky, 50, and risky, and all of the above, you can go higher with an offer of...
Age is just a number. 100,000.
Ooh, now she's talking $100,000. Now, this is a big decision. What are you thinking?
I'm going big.
You're going for the 100,000.
You flew me all the way out here, Sarah. I'm going big.
Hey, why not?
Making New York proud.
What do you think of that?
I would love to take a tour with you.
I know,
please
so fun. That is a date.
Absolutely.
Okay, for $100,000, the chase is on. Get ready to lock in your answers. Here's your first question. Giving fans at Notre Dame a reason to shout hallelujah, the Word of Life is the school's 60-foot mural with what nickname? Home run Jesus, touchdown Jesus, or slam dunk Jesus? Jenny locked in, Chaser locked in. Ginny, you went with touchdown Jesus.
Yes. Thank you, touchdown Jesus.
So you're feeling pretty good because you locked in before I even finished reading.
Touchdown Jesus.
Okay, for the first move on the board, is it touchdown Jesus? Yes, Jenny! That is a touchdown for you, too. We are moving that $100,000 down the board. Did you know this one?
I did know this one. Touchdown.
Okay, so our chaser's coming 1 step down the board as well. She's still only 2 behind you, so we got to keep this moving. Here's your next question. Here's something you might have trouble putting your finger on. Which of these instruments has the most tone holes? Is it the bagpipes, the concert flute, or the tenor saxophone? Chaser locked in, Jenny locked in, and you went with bagpipes. Do you play an instrument?
No, but I know a lot of cops.
Because you know the cops, you're gonna go with
Because
the
I know that
bagpipe.
the guy who trains the bagpipe trainer in NYPD is this Puerto Rican guy.
Well, I played the flute, so I also know the holes on there, but I am not familiar with the cops or the Puerto Rican bagpipe leader. Okay, is the correct answer the bagpipes? Oh, both of us were wrong. Okay, tenor saxophone, so we're not able to move the money, but did Victoria know this one?
So in a past life, I used to be a musician. I sometimes worked with orchestras. And I knew the tenor saxophone had quite a few, so that's the way I went.
Okay, so you are coming 1 step down the board. So you are 5 steps away from banking that $100,000.
Okay.
Your next question is coming up when the chase continues.
1 step behind, and she's got 5 to go.
Things are not looking good for her.
You never know. As I like to say, when you take the high offer, you just need 1 break.
You had me convinced it was the bagpipes. Welcome back to the chase. Now, Jenny went for the high offer of $100,000, and she's 5 steps away from banking that money. The queen is hot on her heels, and you need this next one to stay in the game, so we're gonna get right back in. Here is your next question. What movie star admitted to drinking milk from a bowl while preparing for a role in a 2022 blockbuster? Was it Letitia Wright, Tom Holland, or Zoe Kravitz? Jenny locked in, Chaser locked in. Jenny, you went with Zoe Kravitz.
I saw her in an interview say that.
Oh,
Yeah.
you knew this one.
Yes.
So is the correct answer Zoe Kravitz? Yes. Jenny, awesome. $100,000 moving 1 step down the board. We need a little room between you and our chaser. Victoria, did you know this one?
Well, who might drink milk from a bowl? A Catwoman might drink milk from a bowl. I said Zoe Kravitz.
Okay, so you knew this as well. Our chaser comes 1 step down the board. She is right behind you, so we got to keep this moving. Here's your next question. Built as sister ships, the Titanic and Britannic ocean liners had which of these not-so-great things in common? They both hit icebergs. They both sank. They only made one voyage each. Jenny locked in. Chaser locked in. Jenny, you went with they only made one voyage each.
Yes, I've never heard of a sister ship of the Titanic. And I think that there would have been more talk if there had been more than one main voyage for that second ship.
Now, this is a key question, because if you don't get this right, we are giving our chaser a chance to catch you.
Yes.
Is the correct answer, they only made one voyage each? Okay, so we can't move the money just yet, but more importantly, did Victoria know this one?
So I knew that it wasn't that they only made one voyage. So I said they both sank. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. I am so sorry, Jenny. You've been caught. So we have to say goodbye to that money, and unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to you, but you were fabulous.
Thank you.
And we loved playing with you, so thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Tough cash builder, but at least she went big.
You can't blame somebody for doing that.
What happened to the needles of death, by the way?
She was fun. I love when they go big.
So delightful, and y'all will miss her knowledge and you'll miss her energy.
Yes. Okay, Victoria, you have one more chance to catch the team, because now it is Shane's turn to play the cash builder. Welcome.
That is a good bow tie. Like I said, not as good as mine, but
Tell us a little about yourself.
Well, I am from a small town called Cookeville, Tennessee. I live there. I'm actually a drama teacher there. I get to teach theater all day long, and I get to spend extra time with my wife and 2 kids as well.
You also played in a band?
I did. In my youth, I got together with some friends of mine, and we created our own cover band.
What was the name of the band?
I guess I'm allowed to say it. 9 Inch Jugs was the name of the band. It was not meant to be dirty. We had a jug player.
Brought a ticket to 9 Inch Jugs, and it was not what I was hoping it would be.
Okay. Well, are you ready to play the cash builder?
Yes.
So you know how this works. We're gonna put a minute on the clock. Good luck. Your time starts now. Norman Bridwell authored books about a big red dog named what?
Clifford.
Correct. What 4-word exclamation appears on J. Howard Miller's poster of Rosie the Riveter?
You can do it.
We Can Do It. A film about 1969's Harlem Cultural Festival, Summer of Soul, was directed by what drummer?
Questlove.
Correct. Since the 1890s, what brand has sold more than 100 million baseball bats?
Louisville Slugger.
Correct. What minor Hamlet characters became title characters in a play by Tom Stoppard?
Rosencrantz and Guildenstern.
Correct. Modeled by the artist's wife, Joe Hopper, a woman sits at a counter in what 1942 painting?
Pass.
Nighthawks. In 2021, Mark Zuckerberg announced Facebook Inc.'s name changed to what?
Meta.
Correct. In 2022, what Pose star became the first trans actress to win a major acting Golden Globe?
Shirley.
MJ Rodriguez.
Oh.
A Hanukkah toy Mensch on a Bench was inspired by what other holiday character?
Elf on a Shelf.
Correct. The Great Emu War of 1932 took place in what country?
New Zealand.
Australia. Time's up. But that was 6 correct answers, which is $60,000.
well, 60 is good.
60
I
is
thought
solid.
he was destined for quite a bit more.
It is time to face the chaser.
I'm more impressed with the green shirt. It's working for him.
So we're gonna put the $60,000 on the board. This is the money that you earned in the cash builder. What would you do if you won today?
So my family originates from County Cork, Ireland.
Explains the green.
Yes, absolutely.
And I would love to take my family back for like a #1 first-class trip there. And if I can pull off staying in an Irish castle at the same time, haunted optional, but totally want to stay in a castle.
Castle, he's going high. Let's go.
Well, if you play for that $60,000, you're gonna be 5 steps away from the bank. You can play it a little safer, come 1 step down that board, and our chaser will make a lower offer of
An entire case of Lucky Charms, $6,000.
$6,000. Okay, now with that offer, you are only 4 steps from the bank. It's also your team's last chance to build the bank, so you might want to go big. And if you do, our queen will offer you.
You don't even need to go to Ireland to find your pot of gold, $260,000.
Man down behind the desk, $260,000. Now that is a trip to remember. Now you have a big decision to make. We're gonna find out how much money is at stake when we come back on The Chase. And you can discuss it with John.
I don't want to face the queen on my own. but I would feel terrible about taking half of 320,000.
I am a school teacher, so for me, anything above, like, 10 is pretty good.
260 is a lot of green. Welcome back to the chase. Now, Shane, this board has some nice numbers on it right now. You have your $60,000 that you earned. Victoria made a lower offer of $6,000, and then she really made up for it with a very high offer of $260,000. This is your team's final chance to build the bank. So how much are you gonna play for?
I really need to be there for my team. I want to go for the 60,000.
You're gonna go with 60, okay.
You, sir, are a disgrace to the bow tie.
What do you think of that?
You know there's no guarantees even if you go medium.
So for $60,000, Shane, the chase is on. Get ready to lock in. Here's your first question. After dying in 2016, what political figure trended on Twitter in December 2021 due to interest in their rumored sexual history? Nancy Reagan, Phyllis Schlafly, or Fidel Castro? Chaser locked in, Shane locked in. You went with Nancy Reagan.
She was first lady when I was a kid, and I'm more or less just hoping for that, because if there was somebody that I would think would have a really odd history that we would be wanting to know about, would be Nancy Reagan.
Okay. Is the correct answer Nancy Reagan? Yes! That is a great sign. Moving that money on the first question, the $60,000 comes one step down the board. Victoria, did you know this?
I will not say the hashtag that went along with this, but I knew that it was Nancy Reagan.
So the chaser's coming one step down the board. Here's your next question. In March of 1997, the first NASA website to get over 1 million hits in a day was focused on what topic? The Hale-Bopp comet, the Hubble telescope, or the International Space Station? Chaser locked in, Shane locked in. You went with the Hubble telescope.
I don't think Hale-Bopp came in at that point, and I don't think the International Space Station is that exciting. So I went with Hubble because maybe it caught something interesting.
Okay. Is the correct answer the Hubble telescope? The Hale-Bopp comet. Okay, so we're not going to move you just yet. Did you know this one?
So in March of 1997, I made an unsuccessful attempt to flirt with a nerd boy by inviting him to go and watch the Hale-Bopp comet with me. So I knew this was Hale-Bopp.
Victoria!
I tried.
That's so cute. So our chaser is coming one step down the board, which puts her only 2 steps behind you. Here's your next question. Preparing for a 2018 state visit by the Belgian King and Queen, Canada accidentally displayed the flag of what other nation? Was it Germany, the Netherlands, or France? Chaser locked in. Shane, you went with France.
Belgium and France, they're pretty similar countries. They get a lot of overlap. They have similar languages. So I went on a gamble that they have similar flags.
Okay, is the correct answer France? Germany. Okay, so we're not moving the money, but more importantly, did our chaser know this one?
Germany is about 90 degrees from Belgium's flag, same colors. I went with Germany.
Okay, our chaser is coming one step down that board, which puts her only one step behind you, so we have to get this money moving. Your next question is, what did the American Dialect Society choose as its word of the decade for the 2010s? App, climate, or the singular they? Chaser locked in, Shane locked in. Shane, you went with app.
App was hitting really hard. It was a big thing. We saw Apple really exploding, so I'm shooting for app being the correct answer there.
Okay. Now, if you miss this, we are giving our chaser a chance to catch you, and we'd be saying goodbye to that money. Is the correct answer app?
This could be it.
I don't like his chances.
We can't move just yet. Victoria, did you know this one?
So I looked at these 3 answers, and there's one of them that I thought, why would that be there if it's not right? And that one was climate.
Woo! You are getting some luck with that green today. Okay, here's your next question. Famous for being an all-around man of mystery, Harry Houdini was also a pioneer in what field? Aviation, landmine detection, or plastic surgery? Chaser locked in, Shane locked in. You went with landmine detection.
I don't remember him having anything to do with aviation or plastic surgery, but I do know he was big on, detection and detecting things. So I went with that as just kind of a knee-jerk guess. I hope it pays off.
It's a big leap because, again, if you miss this, you could be caught.
Yes.
Is the correct answer landmine detection? Okay, so that is not correct. We aren't able to move the money. And if Victoria got this right, this could be the end of the chase for you. Did you know this one?
So I was mostly going by where would there have been really big advances made in the 1900s, 1910s? And to me, the one that fit the best was aviation. I'm sorry.
Oh!
Stop apologizing. Get the needles out.
The chaser has caught you, so we have to say goodbye to that money, and unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to you, but it was really fun playing with you today. Thank you very much. I know that's not fun for you, but it does make the final chase a little easier.
Much easier. I'd much rather play one person than two, no matter how good the one person is.
Yes, true. $60,000 in the bank, but Victoria is looking to be a killer queen. They face off next in the final chase. John is the last one standing on this team, and now he has to do the final chase by himself. He is fighting to defend his $60,000, but you can't bring it home yet because you have to outrun the chaser one last time. You'll have 2 minutes to answer as many questions as you can. Each correct answer puts you one step in front of the chaser. Then she's gonna get 2 minutes to try and catch you. If you get caught, you do leave here with nothing. But if you manage to outrun the chaser, then $60,000 is all yours.
John, to me, seems like if he can keep his energy level the way we've seen it, he could get a 13 or a 14.
I think to have a chance, he needs 18 or 19, probably.
Now, John, I'm gonna let you pick which question set you wanna do, A or B.
Well, let's go with A.
A. Okay, so the queen will play set B, and because only you made it through to the final chase, you're gonna get a one-step head start, which is an advantage over the chaser. Now, are you ready to do this?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay. For $60,000, the final chase is on. Let's put 2 minutes on the clock. Good luck. Your time starts now. For effective social distancing, the CDC recommends people stay at least
6 feet.
Correct. Co-creator Kevin Eastman almost chose Bernini over Donatello when naming what foursome?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Correct. What actor was Oscar nominated in 1977 and 2016 for playing the same character?
Sylvester Stallone.
Correct. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle chose what family nickname of the Queen for their daughter?
Charlotte.
Lilibet. Papa John's Shakaroni Pizza is named after a Hall of Famer in what sport?
Football.
Basketball. What cryptocurrency's creator has said that only 21 million of it will ever exist?
Bitcoin.
Correct. In 2021, Spotify removed its default auto shuffle button for albums at what singer's request?
Paul McCartney.
Adele. With the symbol AC, what element on the periodic table comes alphabetically first?
Actinium.
Correct. Sponsored by Jeep, 4x4 Day is celebrated on the 4th day of what month?
April.
Correct. What Utah National Park's name is an anagram of the word chaser?
Pass.
Arches. In Harry Potter, what character has a giantess mother and wizard father?
Hagrid.
Correct. The brand name Aveeno comes from a scientific name for what grain?
Barley.
Oat. If a U.S. Senate vote ends in a tie, who casts the deciding vote?
Vice President.
Correct. The fibrous tissues that connect muscles to bone are called what?
Sinew.
Correct. Which day of the week is named after the Roman god of agriculture?
Saturday.
Correct. What organization presents the annual Spingarn Medal?
NAACP?
Correct. 123 Avenue B was a title considered for what TV show?
Sesame Street?
Correct. What painter is known as the mother of American modernism?
John Singer Sargent.
Georgia O'Keeffe. What aquatic creatures are also called sea cows?
Manatee.
Correct. Willie O'Ree is often called the Jackie Robinson of what sport?
Hockey.
Correct. Until 1925, what Scandinavian capital was known as Time's up. Wow, John, that was 14 correct answers by yourself. And with that one-step head start, that puts you 15 steps in front of the chaser.
What about where I expected him to come in?
Yeah, he's still got zero chance, but that's not bad.
But a respectable showing.
Yeah.
He's 3 or 4 short of where you want to be against Victoria, but with maybe 4 pushbacks, I think he might have a shot.
Did you expect to do that well, or did you surprise yourself?
I surprised myself a little.
You surprised me a little, let's be honest. Okay. Well, what did you think of that?
He didn't surprise me.
Thanks, Queen.
Okay. John took 15 steps toward the crown, but the Queen defends her title when we continue on the final chase. You were going so fast, John. I was like, whoa. Welcome back. We are in the middle of the final chase. John is 15 steps ahead of the chaser, and his $60,000 is at stake. So now it's the chaser's turn to try and catch you. If she does, you will lose it all, but you have a big advantage. Each time she answers incorrectly, we stop the clock and you have a chance to answer that same question. If you get it right, we push that chaser back 1 step, and those pushbacks can literally change the entire outcome of the game.
4 pushbacks gets him in the conversation, 5 makes him a favorite.
But that requires Victoria to get 4 wrong, which is...
Yeah.
Queen, are you ready to do this? $60,000 is on the line.
Ready for a checkmate, Sarah.
Okay, the final chase is on. Let's put 2 minutes on the clock. Chaser, your time starts now. A popular song for kindergartners uses daffodils and baby ducks to teach about what color?
Yellow.
Correct. A type of dinosaur, the oviraptor, takes its name from Latin meaning thief of what?
Eggs.
Correct. In December 2021, the Bidens introduced their new German Shepherd puppy named what?
Major.
Stop the clock. In December 2021, the Bidens introduced their new German Shepherd puppy named what?
I believe they named him Commander.
The correct answer is Commander.
Hey, now.
You will be pushing the chaser back 1 step.
Wow.
Nicely done.
All right.
Okay, we got a game.
That's one.
Your time starts again now. Located in Florence, Italy, the Santa Maria del Fiore Cathedral is better known by what name?
St. Mary of the Flowers.
Stop the clock. Located in Florence, Italy, the Santa Maria del Fiore Cathedral is better known by what name?
The Duomo?
The correct answer is the Duomo.
Let's go.
Oh, he's got the game face on.
I think he's the favorite now.
Come on, Victoria, get your head in the game.
You will be pushing the chaser back 1 step. 15 steps to catch the team. Your time starts again now. In a 2018 film, John Mulaney voiced Peter Porker, the pig offshoot of what superhero?
Spider-Man.
Correct. In 2022, what country passed legislation to move its capital from Jakarta to
Indonesia.
Correct. What deep-fried Mexican treats are sold by the millions every year at Disney parks?
Churros.
Correct. According to its website, what festival's name is Creole slang for good stuff?
Bonnaroo.
Correct. What tennis legend trademarked the phrase, "you cannot be serious"?
McEnroe.
Correct. A type of makeup brush is named after what Japanese drama form?
Kabuki.
Correct. Horsey sauce is a signature condiment at what
Arby's.
Correct. Who was the first U.S. president who was not born a British subject?
Harrison.
Stop the clock. Who was the first U.S. president who was not born a British subject?
John Quincy Adams.
Your answer is John Quincy Adams. The correct answer is Martin Van Buren. So we won't be pushing the chaser back. 8 steps to catch the team. Your time starts again now. How many singers are in the a cappella group Pentatonics?
5.
Correct. In the Globe of Death Circus Act, daredevils ride what vehicles?
Pass.
Stop the clock. In the Globe of Death Circus Act, daredevils ride what vehicles?
I think it's that thing where they go around and they're riding motorcycles.
The correct answer is motorcycles.
I know.
You're gonna push that chaser back 1 step.
Oof, okay.
Okay, Victoria, margin's
Come
gone.
on,
Let's go
come on.
straight
This
through.
is
8
gonna,
in a row, 8 in a row.
It's gonna take 8 in a row.
Your time starts again Now, U.S. paper currency is made of 25% linen and 75% what?
Cotton.
Correct. What was the first U.S. state to legalize same-sex marriage?
Hawaii.
Stop the clock. What was the first U.S. state to legalize same-sex marriage?
My home state was one of the first ones, so we're going with Massachusetts.
The correct answer is Massachusetts.
All right.
You will be pushing the chaser back 1 step. 8 steps to catch the team. Your time starts again now. Simba is the Swahili word for what animal?
Lion.
Correct. LV pumps are designed to help move what fluid?
Blood.
Stop the clock. LV pumps are designed to help move what fluid?
I don't know. Oil?
Your answer is oil. The correct answer is breast milk. So we will not be pushing the chaser back. 7 steps to catch the team. Your time starts again now. The term for a single baby seahorse is what?
A colt.
Stop the clock. The term for a single baby seahorse is what?
Filly?
Your answer is filly. The correct answer is fry. So we won't be pushing the chaser back. 7 steps to catch the team. Your time starts again now. Once a contestant, Jesse Palmer now hosts what reality show?
The Bachelor.
Correct. People nicknamed wikis used to maintain what structures?
Pass.
Stop the clock.
That might be it.
Bridges.
Bridges?
Sure.
The correct answer is lighthouses. So we will not be pushing the chaser back.
Ooh,
Come on,
wait,
all in a row now. All in a row.
Yeah,
Time
run
starts
it.
again. Now, Ignacio Anayo Garcia invented what snack?
Nachos.
Correct. Who wrote 1859's On the Origin of Species?
Darwin.
Correct. In Dante's Inferno, what is the first circle of hell?
Limbo.
Correct. What classical composer wrote the Coffee Cantata?
Bach.
Correct. Time's up. Oh my God! John, you did it!
Oh, baby! Are you kidding me?
$60,000 all by yourself.
What just happened, Sarah? What happened? How did that happen?
You work as a substitute teacher. What does this $60,000 mean to you?
It's an honor to be here, and I'm just so grateful.
And you killed it. You did a great job. What do you want to say, Victoria?
Congratulations. Enjoy it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So hard fought. Our one challenger, beat the chaser. And remember, the only way to win is to outrun your competition and never look back. See you next time on The Chase. John, my mind is blown.
Are you kidding me?
That was crazy, but well played. Well played, Victoria. You were by yourself. You pushed back.
Yeah, I'm speechless.